Mahashivratri is a very special night when Shiva and Parvati got married. This is the day when Shiva performed Tandav. So very special blessings on this day. Hope you can join us here in the temple celebrating with Guru Maharaj. Coming back to today's synopsis, last week we read chapter 4 and 5 of Rudra Samhita part 4. In this we read that a divine boy had emerged from the semen of Lord Shiva, and this boy went on to perform miraculous, wondrous sports, and this caught the eye of all the gods, including Vishnu. And Vishnu asked this boy who he was, but without answering his question, this boy went back to his abode and remained there concealed as before. Now, as time passed, Parvati asked Shiva about if the semen had developed into a child somewhere, and Lord Shiva then asked the same question to the gods, and one by one the gods told Lord Shiva how his semen got transformed into a divine boy who was crying on the banks of river Ganga and was spotted by Kritikas. These Kritikas took this boy to their abode and they nurtured this boy beautifully and lovingly, and they named him Kartikeya. Now, after hearing that, Shiva and Parvati were delighted, and Shiva was urged by gods to send his Ganas as emissaries to the abode of Kritika. Now, these Ganas, who were led by Nandeshwara, went to Kritika's abode and encircled their abode. This, of course, frightened the Kritikas, and they informed Kartikeya about it. Now, after that happened, Kartikeya came out, and Nandeshwara and Kartikeya talked. Nandeshwara told Kartikeya that he was the divine son of Lord Shiva and how he originated from the semen of Lord Shiva, and now he must return to earth so that he can be crowned by Lord Shiva in front of other gods, and all the other gods can give him miraculous weapons by which he can slay Tarka and fulfill the task of gods. When Kartikeya heard that, he was he agreed to it, and he decided to go with Nandeshwara, but of course this made the Kritikas sad, and some of them even fainted. And at the end, after they regained consciousness, Kartikeya took the Kritikas with them in a chariot to Kailasha. Kailasha, meanwhile, was submerged in festivities and celebrations as they awaited the arrival of Kartikeya. Shiva and Parvati were waiting for their son Kartikeya. When Kartikeya saw them, he saluted them, and Shiva and Parvati embraced them. Now, after that, Kartikeya was made to sit in Parvati's lap, and Niranjana rites were performed. And then Shiva made Kartikeya sit on a gem-set throne, which was exquisite. And then ceremonial ablutions were performed joyously. All the gods, one by one, gave powerful weapons to Kartikeya, and goddesses also gave several precious presents to Kartikeya. This delighted Shiva and Parvati, and Shiva granted boon to all the gods, and at that moment all the gods decided and urged Lord Shiva to start the process of slaying of Tarka by giving directions to Kartikeya how to do that. And of course, Shiva, being the merciful Lord he was, he agreed to that, and led by Kartikeya, Vishnu, Brahma and other gods started their journey to start the war against Tarka. And outside the city of Kailasha, Vishnu urged Twastra to build a city for Kartikeya, and a big house was made for Kartikeya along with a throne. And at that place, Vishnu crowned Kartikeya, and all of them, they eulogized Kartikeya as Kartikeya shone brilliantly. Now today we will be reading chapter 6, which is the miraculous feat of Kartikeya, and chapter 7, which is the commencement of war. Today we will only be reading in English, and English reading will be done by Urvashi Aunty. If you also want to read, you can reach out to Seema Aunty or Rashmi Aunty or me, and we can arrange a reading for you. Jai Guruji, let's commence the reading for today.
Jai Guruji, Anantam Shukrana for granting me this seva. Chapter 6. The Miraculous Feat of Kartikeya. Brahma said, "There Kumar showed a miraculous feat. O Narada, listen to it that bestows devotion." Then a certain Brahmin Narada came there, seeking refuge in Kumar. He was glorious and had been performing a sacrifice. Approaching Kumar, bowing to and eulogizing him with auspicious hymns, the delighted Brahmin related his tale. The Brahmin said, "O Lord, listen to my words, relieve my distress. You are the Lord of the universe. I seek refuge in you. I began a goat sacrifice. The goat got loosened and strayed away from my house. I do not know where it has gone. I have searched for it here and there, but have not found it. Hence, this will cause a serious default in my sacrifice. While you are the Lord, how can there be an obstacle to my sacrifice? O Lord, after pondering over this matter, please fulfill my task." "O Lord, O Son of Shiva, who else can I approach except you, who are worthy of being resorted to, who are the Lord of the entire universe and are served by all the gods? You are the kinsman of the distressed. You are worthy of being served well. You are favorably disposed to your devotees. You are the great Lord, eulogized by Vishnu, Brahma, and other gods. You are Skanda, the delighter of Parvati, the soul destroyer of enemies, the great soul, the Lord, who bestows his own self upon the good, seeking refuge in him. O Lord of the distressed, O great Lord, O Son of Shiva, O Lord of the three worlds, O Master of magical art, I have to seek refuge in you. O favorite of the Brahmins, save me. You are the Lord of all. You are eulogized by Brahma and other gods, who bow to you. You have assumed forms through magical art. You are the bestower of happiness to your devotees. You are eager to protect. You wield power of deluding others. You love devotees as your own vital air. You are the receptacle of all attributes. You are beyond three attributes. You are the beloved of Shiva. You are Shiva himself. You confer welfare. You are the bestower of happiness with delight. You are the great existent and cosmic consciousness. You are the son of Shiva, the omniscient, who destroyed the three cities of Asuras. You are always subservient to the great and pious love. You have 6 faces. You love the saintly persons who kneel to you. You are the Lord of all people and their benefactor. You destroy those who harass the good. You are the preceptor of even Shiva. You are the Lord of the entire universe. Your feet are served by all the gods. O lover of service, save me. O Skanda, terrible to the enemies, the benefactor of the devotees, I bow to your lotus-like feet. You are the refuge of people and source of their happiness. Please hear my submission through your ears. Please instill into the heart of everyone the feelings of devotion to you. If you are the protector with efficient honor, what harm can an opponent do, even if he be strong and efficient and protected on either side? What harm can even Takshaka or even a carnivorous animal do unto him? Even the preceptor of the gods cannot eulogize you adequately. Then tell me, how can I, a foolish and wretched creature, O Skanda, pure or impure, noble or ignoble, of whatever nature I be, I pray unto the dust of your lotus-like feet. O Lord of all, ocean of mercy, favorably disposed to devotees, I am your own servant. May even 100 sins of your own servant or a leader of the Ganas be forgiven. O Lord, you know even the slightest act of devotion done anywhere. You are the destroyer of the distress of your servants. O Lord, there is no other protector save you, and no other wretched vulgar person than I. O Lord, you are the cause of welfare, the destroyer of the sins of Kali age and a friend of Kubera. Your heart melts with pity. You have 12 eyes and you shine with 6 faces. Please make my sacrifice complete and perfect. You are the protector of the 3 worlds, favorite of those who seek refuge in you. You are the performer and sustainer of sacrifices. You remove those who bring in obstacles. O warder of obstacles, the cause of the creation of the good, in every respect, O son of Ishana, please make my sacrifices complete. Obeisance be to you. O Skanda, you are the protector of all, the knower of all, and the lord of all, and Ishana. By your penetration, you protect all. You alone are the knower of music, the great Lord, and knower of the Vedas. You are all in all, the creator, the Lord of the gods, and the goal of the good. You are the joy of Parvati, the son of Shiva. You are the perfect wisdom, the self-ruler, the meditator, and the object of meditation. You are the father of the fathers and the source of origin of good souls. Brahma said. On hearing his words, Shiva's son, the emperor of the gods, sent his attendant Veerabahu on that mission. At his bidding, the great hero Veerabahu, who bowed to his master with devotion, started in search of it. He searched throughout the universe, but nowhere did he find the goat, although he heard about the havoc done by it. Then he went to Vaikuntha, where he saw the powerful goat, working havoc with the sacrificial stake tied to its neck. The hero dragged it, catching hold of its horns, and brought it quickly before his lord, even as it was bleating loudly. On seeing it, Lord Kartikeya, who could carry the weighty universe and the worker of great miracles, quickly wrote on it. Within a muhurat, a sage, the goat walked round the universe and without exhaustion returned to the same place. Then the Lord got down and resumed his seat. The goat stood there itself. Then the Brahmin Narada told the Lord. Narada said, Obeisance to you, O Lord of gods, O storehouse of mercy, give the goat to me. Let me perform the sacrifice with pleasure. Please assist me as my friend. Kartikeya said, O Brahmin Narada, this goat does not deserve to be killed. Return home. May your sacrifice be complete. It has been so ordained by my favor. Brahma said, on hearing the words of the Lord, the Brahmin was delighted. He returned home after bestowing his excellent blessings. Chapter 7, Commencement of the War. Brahma said, on seeing that miraculous feat of Kumar, Vishnu and other gods became delighted. They were convinced of the prowess. Keeping Kumar at the head, shouting and roaring, purified by Shiva's splendor, they started to attack Tarka. When he heard about the preparation of the gods, the powerful Tarka rushed to fight back the gods with the great army. On seeing the great army of Tarka approaching, the gods were surprised but roared like lions. Then a celestial voice, prompted by Shiva, addressed Vishnu and all other gods. The celestial voice said, O gods, keeping Kumar at the head, you have entered the list. Defeating the Asuras in the battle, you will be victorious. Brahma said, on hearing the celestial voice, the gods became enthusiastic. Fearlessly, they roared like heroes. With their fear subsided and keeping Kumar ahead, the gods went to the confluence of the river Mahi and the ocean, desirous of fighting. Immediately Tarka, along with the great army, came to the place where the gods stood and was surrounded by them in a body. Battle drums were sounded as loud as the rumbling sound of the clouds at the dissolution of the world. The harsh musical instruments were also played when he came. The Asuras in the company of Tarka roared and shook the ground with their thudding footsteps, leapings and bouncings. Undaunted by that terrible noise, the gods simultaneously rose up to fight Tarka. Accompanied by the great army of the gods and the guardians of the quarters, Lord Indra seated Kumar on an elephant and rushed forward. Great war drums, dundubis, bharis, and turyas, lutes, flutes, and mridangas were sounded, and the Gandharvas sang war songs. Leaving the elephant to Lord Indra, Kumar got in an aerial chariot of wonderful build and studded with different sets of gems. Seated in the aerial chariot, the son of Shiva endowed with good qualities and of great renown, shone with great splendor. He was being fanned with lustrous chouris. The lustrous umbrella presented by Varuna, shining with various gems, was held aloft over his head. Beams of light, as though of infinite moons, shed great lustre around. Indra and other gods of great strength, desirous of fighting, joined him with their own divisions of the army. The gods and the demons stood in their arrays on the ground, with the vast army ready to start the battle. With the bards singing their songs of praise, the armies of the gods and the asuras shone in their eagerness to pounce on and crush each other. The two armies, as vast as a wild jungle road, they were terrific to the coward and pleasing to the brave. In the meantime, the rank and file of the asuras and the gods, haughty of their strength and blazing with fury, came together in a mutual clash. A terrific, tumultuous fight between the gods and the asuras ensued. Within a moment, the place was littered with severed heads and headless trunks. Wounded and killed by great weapons, hundreds and thousands of heroic soldiers fell on the ground. The arms of some were cut off by terrible blows from swords. Others lost their thighs in the battle of those honorable, heroic people. The entire body of some was smashed by the maces. The chests and hearts of some were pounded by iron clubs. Some were fell to the ground by spears. Some were fell to the ground by spears and dragged with nooses. The backs of some were torn with javelins and goads. Several heads chopped off by double-edged swords fell on the ground. Hundreds of headless, limbless trunks were seen dancing and bouncing with arrows sticking to their hands. Blood flowed like streams in hundreds of places. Hundreds of ghosts and goblins flocked there. Jackals and vixens began eating the flesh. Numbers of vultures, kites, crows, carnivorous birds devoured the flesh of those falling down. In the meantime, Tarka, the demon of great strength, came there with a huge army to fight with the gods. On seeing the haughty warrior rushing on them, Indra and others turned against him. Then a tumultuous sound arose from both the armies. Duels were fought by the gods and the asuras, crushing each other, on seeing which heroes were delighted and cowards were terrified. The asura, Tarka of great strength, fought with Indra, Samhadra with Agni, and Jama with Jamba. Lord Varuna fought with Narata and Bala. Suvira, the king of Guhyas, fought with Vayu. Sambhu fought with Ishana. Sumbha, an expert in battle, fought with Shesha. Kumbha, the asura, fought with the moon. Kunjara, of great strength and exploit and expert in different kinds of battles, fought with Mihira using great weapons. Thus, the gods and the asuras fought duels using their full strength with resolution. O sage, desiring to gain the upper hand and vying with each other, the powerful gods and the asuras were equally invincible in the battle. The fight between the gods and the asuras, desirous of victory over each other, was very tumultuous. It was pleasing to the brave and terrible to the others. The battleground became impassable and awful with the corpses of the gods and asuras lying there in thousands, but it was very pleasing to the brave. This concludes chapter 7 and today's reading. Thank you. Jai Guruji.